Joe Flacco. Moving on to a different team. And what's crazy about Flacco is he's been in so many jerseys, man. How many teams has Joe Flacco played for? At this particular point, uh, Super Bowl winning quarterback though.
Super Bowl
they
winning
say
quarterback.
The arm is one of the last things to go. He can still chuck it out there. Better than Jake Browning situation here. Statistically, they got a guy and they got skill players. If you are from a fantasy standpoint, if you're a Jamar Chase, T. Higgins owners, you got to be happy with this because you got to be thinking, man, my season was over. Chase beasted, I think, last week. Oh, Chase showed the beast that he is. He still came away with some points. What are your thoughts here on the whole Joe Flacco move into Cincinnati situation? Was it surprising to you? Not surprising?
It was, because it doesn't really – I don't understand. You don't have an offensive line to protect a 40-year-old quarterback. You barely had an offensive line to protect your young quarterback. So now you're going to get one of the oldest quarterbacks in the league I mean –
man, how is that going to work, right? Wouldn't
I don't
that be
even
crazy?
know.
Because that's – wow. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I mean, I think Russell would have been a better fit there.
Okay.
I mean, he can at least he can scramble a little bit. I mean, Joe's just a statue back there. I mean, it's not as bad. I mean, it's kind of almost like there when Ben was those last few years at Pittsburgh. It was kind of bad, right? I mean, I know you were watching that and going, ugh, maybe he should have hung this up like a few years ago. I mean, he just can't get out of the pocket. And I mean, granted, he's 40 years old. I'm not knocking him and it wasn't like he was, mobile when he was younger, but yeah, I mean, yes, he can still chuck it, but I don't. And yes, you didn't give a lot of draft compensation, but you just don't have a great offensive line, and you're going to get a guy who's a statue. I didn't understand it. It's like I feel like you had some better options out there.
Yeah, it's interesting when you put it like that, because I thought it was good news just because it was just better than Jake Browning was putting up, So
well, yeah, anything's better than that, right?
They're just excited, so I was happy for that. Like, hey, well, at least Cincinnati becomes somewhat watchable, because some of those moments you're like, man, this is very sad what's happening here in Cincinnati. It's, I mean, I think it's more entertaining than what you would have had. Does that mean that you got the best guy? I don't know. Does that mean that Kirk Cousins or Russell or Wilson wouldn't have been a better fit? Maybe
either one of them.
I don't know if they are just kind of feeling like, because Burrow is definitively our guy, like, there's no reason to bring in like a Kirk Cousins or somebody like that. It's like, come in, really start doing good, winning games, like that. And then you got Burrow coming back. Now you're back to the bench. Maybe that's a situation Flacco doesn't mind as much, even though Kirk is currently playing from the bench, but he's been paid $100 million to do so. So
yeah, that'd be the issue too. Is like how, right. So, but I don't know.
I mean, with Flacco, I don't know what they're paying Flacco to play. So I got to go back and look at the details and see if they just took his contract from. Did they just take his contract from Cleveland, which I think was a 1 year? Also, I don't think the Cleveland.
Yeah, it's a 1 year, 4.2. Yeah, one year, $4.25 million. So they're just picking out what the rest of that contract, right? So,
okay,
yeah,
okay. Yeah. So then basically, that's definitely, we're dating, and we're not dating for long contract.
Yeah,
that's interesting. But I like the move personally. I feel like it's something they had to do. It's interesting bringing up the Russell Wilson situation, because I didn't think about it like that. I didn't think about the fact that the offensive line has had issues in keeping Joe upright. Another Joe. Do we talk about the Joe to Joe also too? We got Joe Flacco going for Joe Burrow. I got to clarify which Joe I'm talking about here. Can't just say Joe anymore.
Right.
But if you have a problem keeping Burrow upright, right? Man, Flacco is not a mobile quarterback, man. He's not. He's not. So at least you got a guy like Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers is old. So I got like Aaron Rodgers, but at least you can say, man, at least Aaron was known for scrambling back in the day. I mean, Aaron could scramble
Right.
thing around, something that Flacco's never been known for. Flacco's been known for like that cannon arm, but not really known for getting you 15, 20 yards of rep here on the scramble. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. But maybe they do. Maybe they install like what your team has done with Rodgers and just do this quick. And at least he has the receivers to do it with, right? So he's got the receiving talent where they
Yes.
can just do the quick, quick, get it out, hike the ball, get it out, hike the ball, do the Aaron Rodgers, do the two offense. So he at least he definitely has a talent around him in Cincinnati. He did not have that in Cleveland. So I mean, they upgraded the quarterback. Now the contract makes sense because they've backed up the brain truck to everybody on the team, all the receivers, and so they don't have the money, and the Cousins things get sticky with the contract. So, and Falcons are they want, not only do they want draft compensation, but they want someone to pick up some of that money too. So
Oh yeah,
so that
absolutely,
might
man. We've already paid 93% of that contract or so. Like, no, we're not taking a few bucks, bro. I'm telling you that.
no,
I wouldn't. You know what I mean?
right. So you got that side of it, but I mean, it's an upgrade. It is, but I guess it remains to see. I mean, see how much of an upgrade it is. So,
Well, so
and
that's interesting because you say how much of an upgrade is it?
mhm.
Are you theorizing that there's a possibility here this is only like a smaller upgrade from Browning? Like maybe not as big of an upgrade as I'm making it out to be is what you're saying. Like this could only be like a minor upgrade in your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, what has he? I mean, this season when you watch him, I mean, again, I know he doesn't have the talent around him, but I just haven't seen. Now, again, there's been some interceptions that were definitely not his fault were that guy hit guys in the hands, and it's been the tip drill, right? Hit the receiver and tipped in the air, and he's had some funky interceptions that were not his fault, but still, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it
man. I'm looking at the stats here, guys. If we're gonna knock these kids, hold on a second. Flag on a play here, Eugene. Because if we're gonna knock these kids, we gotta bring up old Joe here as I look at his stats, right? Joe's regular season stats are 2-6 from the touchdown to interception ratio. He's had 2 touchdowns and
mhm.
6 interceptions. His rating for the Lions is 39.3. His ratings for the Packers, 55.6. Rating for the Ravens, 65.0. And his rating for the Bengals, which is his best game, which is funny, against the team that he's going to, was 75.2. And he had 2 interceptions in that game.
Yeah.
His completion percentage was 47% on his first game, 58% against the Packers, 55% against the Ravens. Everybody seems to be able to put up numbers against the Ravens, except you, Joe.
Yeah.
And 68.9% completion. By far his best game is against the Bengals. Probably like, hey, he looks good to us. Like, we're just gonna bring him over here. Now, you know it's crazy. 50. So on the year, 58%, 815 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Let me look up Jake Browning because can he possibly? There's a chance that Jake Brown is doing better than this. I think. Let me look at this real quick. I think there's a chance. Look at his stats. How many games has he played? He has played. Okay, so Jake Browning on his, he is doing better. 64% on the year, 64.5% on the regular season completion, 757 yards, and I feel like he's played less games. I gotta look and see. So was Joe out the first game? Because I see for Jake Browning, it's looking like, yeah, man, from the 14th. So I see 4 games here for Browning. All right. In those games,
Okay.
he's got 1-3 record. And in 3 of those games, his QBR is abysmal. So in 3 of those games against Minnesota, Denver, and Detroit, all great defenses. That's just unfortunate. Those are all great defenses. That sucks for you, buddy. Look
Right.
at the teams. Look at the teams that he's played. Jacksonville, who's got like the most takeaways of any defense so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, excellent defense. Denver,
Yep.
this is where the statistics don't tell you the full story. I remember just the stats, but it's not always just the stats. Sometimes you gotta look between the lines here. And Detroit, great defense. Great defense.
Right.
So all four defenses as Browning has faced have been great defenses. In these games, he's been absolutely terrible. He's had more his completion percentage has been better because 65% completion against Detroit. 40 attempts, by the way. 40.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. 70% completion versus Minnesota, 65.6 completion versus Jacksonville, in which they won that game, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And 56% versus Denver. So he's only had one game where he's under 60%. Whereas Joe, or our boy Flacco, I feel like all his games were under. There might be something to what you're saying here, like except against the Bengals. So Flacco's got the opposite situation happening here. Whereas Browning only has one game under 60%.
Uh-huh.
Flacco only has one game over.
But to his credit,
Man.
but Browning did pretty much make Chase the leading tackler for a little bit against the Lions. Did you see that stat where he was like he had more tackles than everybody? He had like 3 tackles in the game.
I hope you're playing the IDP league, guys, or those will be points here for you.
Those will be points because he was throwing interception and Chase had to tackle the guy because he's being intercepted on.
Yo, that's crazy because when I look, so Jake Browning's QBR is 35.3. Yikes, bro. Like 35.3.
Yeah, like I said, it's like
but
that old
Joe Flacco's QBR is 27.6. Joe Flacco comes off the top rope with a worse QBR. Off the top rope, Flacco comes with a worse QBR. Let me see. Wait, hold on, Browning. So Browning's QBR of 35.3 is 29th in the league. Okay. But Flacco's QBR, 27.6, is 31st in the league. So I got to give it to your boy here, Browning, and say, yo, man, Browning, this is where I've had to go through the stats myself and correct myself to say that this does seem like an upgrade to me because it does. It does in my heart of hearts. It does. And maybe it still is an upgrade. However, it's not an upgrade on paper.
No, right.
On paper,
right.
you just got a worse quarterback on paper.
And then not only that, you're throwing guys. So they get the Packers this Sunday, and then they get your Steelers Thursday night. Yeah,
I heard Flacco starting like instantaneously.
Oh yeah, he is. He's starting right away. Yeah, he's throwing right to the. Yeah, he's starting in Green Bay, and then Thursday night.
Planes directly to get. I get my jersey ready, bro. I'm ready. Ready. I need to get things ready to go for tonight. Like
Right. So yeah, that's insane. Yes. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, he's a name, right? I guess Flacco's a name. He
in theory, I thought he was better, man. Like I'm really confused by this now. Like now I'm looking at it, it's like, yo, Joe, you're not looking better. You're not looking it. You know what I mean? Right now, it just doesn't look good. As much as I want to cape for the guy, which I don't really have any reason to be honest with you. Play for any of my teams. We might have now that he's played for like 20. But the thing is that when you're looking at the cold, hard facts here, Browning has performed better than Flacco has. And Browning's QBR has been terrible in games. He's got like 3 games of QBRs of 20. But also, when you look at his competition, I mean, Green Bay and Detroit is pretty good competition. Yeah. But then they played Baltimore and Cincinnati. Baltimore, you should have hung 30 or 40 on them, bro, the way everybody's been doing. You gave Baltimore 17 points, man. So I can't really – come on, Joe.
Yeah.
Supposed to give them 30. So do you see this working out here for them? Do you see any situation where Joe goes there, right, and gets outplayed by Browning, and Browning gets put back in the game.
Might be because again, it's like the look. I mean, the schedule. The next 2 games are brutal. The Packers, Steelers. Now it gets a little better after that. You got the Jets, but then you got the Bears. The Bears they're not a slouch team this year. They're a feisty team. They got a good defense too. And then it goes right back to Steelers, Patriots,
Brutal.
Ravens. Now Ravens, who knows what that's in November? Is it going to be
Yeah,
healthy
man. I mean,
Ravens
maybe it'd
or
be a get good game for I don't know for who at this point because they lost to the Ravens the first time, man, when they were sucking.
yeah?
So
So yeah, it's just not a. Again, if you're looking at your schedule and you're going, we need to bring a guy to stabilize our team before Joe gets back. I'm not sure why you brought Joe in here. You had Browning. I mean, it's not like It's not like I feel like you're just kind of you're just switching jersey numbers. You might as well just switch. I mean, I mean, at this point, I'm not seeing any difference here.
wow. Well, just a stat. Check us out: Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. See you next time. Oh, and YouTube as well. I forgot to say that, Eugene. I'm gonna start saying it, but I need to
No
actually
worries.
like work that in here somewhere. I'm just gonna just work it in here, throw it in there. All right, see you next time.